There we go. We'll turn the music down. I completely bombed the intro. Completely bombed it. I don't know what's going on, guys. It's Saturday, and to tell you the truth, the God's honest truth, I'm looking at my screen like it should be Wednesday, right? There I was searching for the Knives live stream that I usually lurk in right before my live stream on Wednesdays. I'm like, what? No Knives live tonight? Where's Jared? Where's the live stream I'm used to lurking in? And then I realized it's not Wednesday, it's Saturday. Happy Saturday, guys. From coast to coast, from sea to shining sea, it's 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time here in the great Mile High City, the capital, the Spyderco capital of the world, which is not, in fact, Taiwan. Welcome in, guys. I'm happy to be here. It's good to see everybody already popping off in the chat. We're going to go ahead and shout out Mr. Marco first in the chat. Thanks for being a channel member, Marco. Welcome into Top Dog. He says, is this going to be an actual live or one of those pre-recorded lives with canned answers that Rolly can submit remotely? Yes. Hey, shout out to Bluetooth Blades. Welcome in, man. Thanks for being a channel member. Alicord Paracord in the house. She says, who is going to Atlanta? Everybody except for me, apparently. I'm missing Blade Show Atlanta another year in a row. I know. I've never gone to Blade Show Atlanta, which is a crying shame. It's not because I don't want to or because I don't see the value in going. 100% I want to go. It's just one of those things where you have to get your lodging, you get your rental car, all of this stuff, and it's always expensive. Like, people who have been have told me that the best time to get tickets for Blade Show Atlanta is right after Blade Show Atlanta. So, no, I won't be making it to Blade Show Atlanta this year. Maybe we can make it next year, though. I am going to make a concerted effort to make it to Blade Show West, which I've heard great things about. I get it. It's not the big one. It's not the big one. But sometimes you just got to go to what you can go to, right? Hey, shout out to Crazy Roach. Welcome in, Crazy Roach. Thanks for being a channel member. Chris229 in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Thanks for being a channel member. Another channel member, Mr. Neil McKenzie. Oh, yeah. How's it going, Neil? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Ian Coates in the house. Man, I haven't seen Ian Coates in a long time. Ian, what's good, my man? Channel mod in the house. I'm just a dad. Welcome in. I'm also just a dad. But for some reason, they gave me a camera and a microphone. Jim Miller, welcome in, Jim. And of course, Oreo Dave. He says, watching Dune Part 2, so can't stay. Happy Pride to all. Cheers. Well, I hope you enjoy it, man. Enjoy the movie. Enjoy the time with the family. We'll catch you on the flip side. Welcome into Delaney. He says, dudes and dudettes, how in the hell are you? And no, I'm not drinking. Interesting that you felt the need to preface. And that's all I'm going to say. You do you, Delaney. Welcome in, man. It's good to see you. Let's see here. I'm scrolling. We're trying to catch up. I don't want to get too far behind. Mark Parks, welcome in, man. Thanks for being a channel member. Yeah. Blue Minotti Ninja in the house. Another channel mod. Welcome in, Blue. Loser, welcome in, dude. Good to see you. I'm just a dad carried the Max Ace Neptune. The Kaiser Dogfish came in today. Both really, hey, dude, the Kaiser Dogfish is one of my favorite button lock knives. I think that it's so underrated. I love the radial milling on the handle scales. I love the action. I like the blade shape. The ergos are great. And it's not terribly expensive. You get aluminum, you get radial milling on those handles, you get 154 cm and a great action. the Kaiser Dogfish truly is a really, really decent button lock knife. Delaney says, you've got one of the coolest intros, Rollshambo. Thank you, man. I try to be different. I try to do things. I try to create more quality in the content because I want to know that if the whole channel were to just, you know, slide down a slippery slope all the way to hell, and all I was left with was what I had already made, I would love to be able to look back 5, 6 years from now, 10 years from now, watch a video, watch an old live stream and be like, yeah, you know what? At least it was quality. At least I did my level best to make sure that I was making content that could in fact stand the test of time and something I could be proud of putting my time and efforts into. Hey, shout out to Chef Rocky. Channel member, channel mod in the house. Good to see you, Rocky. How's it going, man? Snake Pliskin says, happy June. It's June, guys. It doesn't feel like it's June. Like, obviously the weather is one thing. It feels like it should only be like March. This year has absolutely flown by. Ian Coates says, whoever embroidered Roll's hat messed up and stitched it backwards. It's just the camera effect. I have my camera mirrored because I have my stream set up on the right side, and I often like to point to stuff. And so because my camera is mirrored, any text shows up backwards. I could fix it, but then anytime I go to point to something, I'd have to point in the opposite direction. That's just weird. It is what it is. One of these days, I'm going to get a hat that is just doesn't have any lettering on it. We'll call it good. Hey, shout out to my man, John Blackman. Thank you for being a connoisseur and collector for 7 months, John. Thank you. And he uses his 7-month shout out to say, Shambo, thinking about getting a Spyderco Manix 2 XL. I don't think you can go wrong with that at all. I don't think that it's possible to go wrong with I'd say 90% of Spyderco's lineup. If you like the Manix 2, the Manix 2 XL, obviously going to be a larger version. A lot to love there. One of their strongest knife locks, bar none. One of their most user-friendly interfaces. And it is 100% a user knife that you can pimp out. Like, if you want titanium scales, you can put titanium scales. You want carbon fiber, you can do that. You want it micarta, you can do that. There's so much you can do to make pretty much any of the American-made Spydercos completely nice for you, or you could give it stock. That's one of the best things, is that even if you do nothing to it, it is still it is still a great knife to carry, even in its stock format. So congrats, man. Speaking of Spydercos, we are going to be running another modification competition. Again, myself, Duty's Daggers, Knife Dope. But the difference is that this time around, we are going to include the general public. That's right. And I've been hard at work on a website, which, by the way, it is live. It's not done, but it's done enough where it's in its published state. There's still a few more tweaks I need to make, but for any of you guys who are interested in checking that out, I will post a link. And you know what? I'll go there. I'll share my screen. You guys can see what I've been working on. All right, give me 1 second and I will get this pulled up on my screen for those who don't feel like clicking on the link. If I can get it pulled up on my end. What is going on? Oh man, it doesn't want to pop up. All right. Well, I was going to share it on my screen, but for some reason, my screen share is just not working. That is a bummer. We'll fix it. Hold on. Who set up this live stream? Who's responsible for Who's responsible for this? Anyways, while I get this going, we'll go ahead and we'll talk to the chat a little bit more while I get this going. So, if I can get this going. What is going on? Hey, welcome into the Night's Edge. Welcome in, man. Good to see you. And welcome into Paul Mills. Good to see you as well. My Journey EDC in the house. Another channel member. What's up, man? Barry Lilly. Good to see you, brother. All right. So, hold on. I'm trying to get it going. I'm trying. It does not want to work. Oh, man. Why? Why? Why does it not want to work? There it is. There it is. It's a little bit large. We'll downsize this just a tiny bit. There we go. Nothing like fixing the stream while streaming. All right. Come on now. Come on. I'm trying to resize it. Well, regardless, I think I've got most of it. You know what? This will just have to do. It's a little sloppy. It's a little sloppy. Sorry, guys. It is a little sloppy. But this is it. This is the website that I've been working on for what I'm calling. And yes, I did take a little bit of, what do you call it? I went ahead and named it the EDC Mod Mayhem. That's what we're going to call it. That's what I'm going to call it. And since I'm building the website, I get the final say on this. So what the website is going to do is that it's going to create a hub for the competition where myself, Duty's Daggers, and Knife Dope are going to be hosting a modification competition. And what that's going to look like is we're going to have two brackets. We're going to have a content creators bracket, and we're going to have a community bracket. And so if you were to go to this website, which I did link in the chat, you would be able to go here. You'll notice that it is it's a free website. That's because we don't have any funding for this yet. So yes, it doesn't have a very pretty URL. You know, it's edcmodmayhem.wixsite.com/compete. So that's what it is. But you can come here, and if you click on enter, it'll take you to a spot where you'll be able to actually come in and enter in and submit pictures for your modification to be considered as part of the competition. And yes, you have to mention if you're a content creator so that we can place you in the content creators bracket, or if you're a community member or you're entering as a community member, you get essentially put in the community bracket. For the community bracket, whoever wins is going to win some free knives. I'm going to donate a knife to it. Knife Dope is going to donate, and Duty's Daggers is also going to donate. And of course, I'm going to see if I can't find some sponsors out there who want to throw in some stuff into the mix to kind of sweeten the pot as well. For content creators, I don't necessarily have a prize or award yet. But given that we're going to be displaying the videos that go up for the content creator bracket, we're going to be displaying videos and pictures and linking. You know, you get some exposure. That's right. You win exposure. That's a good deal, right? I don't know. But this is going to be open to anybody and everybody. And so far, this is the website. And yes, there is, in fact, a forum. Some of you, I think I may have told a channel mod at some point that I was planning on building a forum. This is it. I don't have a whole lot in here yet, but you can go to this website. You can sign up. You can join. You can sign up using like your Google account. The website's not complete, guys, but it was ready for prime time. You know, I'd say I got like 90% of it up. I still have to make a rules page, a rules post for the competition. But before I do that, I actually have to, you know, talk to Duty's Daggers and Knife Dope and make sure that we all agree. You know, as much as I'd like to take carte blanche on that and say, no, these are the rules and we're going to do it my way. We'll let them decide some of that stuff. Anyways, I just wanted to share that with everybody. And let me get back to the chat. Hold on. Ian Coates says he took AI liberties. Well, you don't think I drew that myself? I could be an artist, right? Miranda says, hey guys, don't run with knives in your hands. Or do. Maybe you're trying to get to the top of the mountaintop to claim that trophy, the EDC Mod Mayhem trophy. Maybe I should have one made. That could be cool. An EDC Mod Mayhem trophy. You get the knives, you get the trophy. Could we make that something? I would love to do this as a more regular thing. That's why I'm building the website for it, because I'd like to create kind of an event atmosphere, something that people can, you know, for those of you who love to modify knives, it gives you something to look forward to, whether you are someone that modifies or you just enjoy looking at other people's mods. And that excites me that we could now have a hub for that. And you know what? If I have to be the catalyst that builds that community, I will do it. 100%. I will do it. The Night's Edge says, it's so awesome that you're creating a website dedicated to you losing the mod competition to me. Very big of you. Oh, Neil. There's nothing I like more than a bit of trash talk in competition. You got to be careful, though. I learned this in the last one. You know, sometimes people's feelings get hurt when you talk a little bit of trash. And that's all I'm going to say on that matter. So I am all for the trash talk, but just understand, if you get into the trash talk with me, you cannot let your feelings get hurt, because that's when it stops being fun. And that's all I'm going to say on that matter. Other than that, bring on the trash talk. Ian Coates says, URL, don't you mean UX? Isn't it URL? That's what it is. It's a website address. I don't know. Maybe I just don't get it. All right. I'm just the dad says roll equals undisputed mod champ. Look, we lost out by a margin. We got second place the last time. I'm not going to make excuses, guys. I'm not going to say things like, well, you know, 50% of the people that voted didn't even know what knives they were voting for. I'm not going to say that people came into the stream and had no idea what we were doing and just voted for their favorite content creator. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say congratulations to Duty's Daggers for winning. I think he had a really clean build. He really did. I think that Knife Dope, unfortunately, because his camera lighting was bad, when he showed his knife on the stream, people couldn't really see the Cerakote job. Like it looked tan. It's a bright yellow banana with black specks. So that was a shame. But when I talked to him, I said, guys, I want to take lead on this. I want to create something which is much better, much more fun, much more highly produced. So the next live for this is going to take place July 15th. It'll take place on this channel. We will have the voting and everything take place on the website, and we're just going to stream it live. We're going to stream the results live. You have to submit pictures to be able to qualify for entry, which means that when people vote, they'll know exactly what they're voting for because they'll have pictures that they'll be able to look at and say, yeah, I'm voting for this one. where I'm voting for this one. And it's going to be a lot cleaner of a setup this time, which is fine. Honestly, I think that the most important thing is the amount of fun that you have doing this. You know, building a modified knife that specifically has your vision, whether you're having, you know, Cerakote done or DLC done or a regrind, or you're changing out scales and clips and screw sets and stuff like that. So I'm excited. It goes without saying that I'm really, really excited. A shout out to Alicord Paracord, member for 1 month, says code Blade Show gets 10% off on my website. There you go. If someone could be so kind as to link Allie's website, head on over there, guys. Get yourself some 10% off. Delaney says, don't run with knives unless you have goggles on. Eye protection is important. It's very important. Ian says, don't run with knives unless you use AI for sight graphics. Hey, you know what? It is what it is. I was being quick about it. We could change it up. I could change it up anytime I want. It is essentially just a placeholder. Hey, welcome into Malcolm Holt. Good to see you, man. Thanks for being a channel member. Loser says, I'd like to see Shambo / the Night's Edge team up to decimate all. You know, Neil and I might have two different visions when it comes to a knife. I don't even know if he's going to be modifying the same knife as I am, because there's 4 possible knives that people could modify. You could do a Shaman, you could do a Smock, a Para 3, or a Yojimbo 2. Or you could do multiple different builds and enter multiple ones. For me right now, I'll tell you guys this much. The knife that I'm going to be building is a Spyderco Shaman. And I'm really excited for this build because it is going to include some scales, which the maker is not somebody that you see blasted everywhere. The maker is not Boss. The maker is not Rock Skill Design. It's not Flightanium. And I'm really excited to share this gentleman's work with the public, because I think that they need more press, because the work that he does is really freaking good. So good. And I am so excited to be able to share that build with everybody. So I'm going to be building a Shaman. I don't know if I'll be entering in another one. I might be able to. I mean, I already have a modified Smock, but I've already shared that with everyone. Already knows about my modified Smock. I also have a Para 3 that I could do another build on, because I'd like to change out things on that as well. But for sure, I'm going to be entering a Shaman into that. So I'm going to be looking forward to that quite a lot. Hey, welcome into Rob's Nerdy Knives. He says, good evening, everyone. Hi, Marco, Delaney, The Night's Edge, Sharif, Jim Miller. See, I read your shout outs right there, just in case you were driving. Just in case. Drive safely. Miranda says that mod competition is a cool idea. Keep going with that. I'm trying to create a community around the idea that modifying knives is a whole lot of fun. And if I could bring more people together for different things, like bringing people together who are steel snobs, bringing people together who love modifying knives, I think that as a community, we can only benefit from that. Ian Coates says, I'll be wearing some form of a Cletus McFarland shirt at Blade Show. Nice. Palmer says, camera so crisp, I can almost count the mustache hairs. Thank you. Look, when you have a jawline as sharp as mine, it scares away the facial hair. I don't grow facial hair very well. I can grow it. It just doesn't look very good. Rob's Nerdy Knife says, if I get everything in on time, I'll be entering a Para 3. Well, you have until the 15th of July. So hopefully that's enough time. I'm excited to see. And, Rob, are you going to be entering in the RG Custom Metalworks Para 3 honeycomb scales and clip? That almost seems like cheating. I might disqualify you just to give everyone else a chance, because those scales are way too cool if they're the ones you shared last time. Barry Lilly says, I'll need some time to make another 50 alt accounts, but Rolly winning the next comp. Proceed. All right. Let's see here. Let's see. Hey, welcome into JD for EDC. Got another channel in here, guys. If you haven't checked out JD's channel, make sure you do that. Make sure you check out JD for EDC. Hey, what's up? Sharif Manganis in the house. Good to see you, Sharif. I just saw you over in the EDC Roundtable Live. Welcome in, man. Bluetooth Blade says, I'm building a shaman also. Fantastic. Or, I mean, I wonder how many people are going to pick a shaman, because that is one clean design by Spyderco. The Night's Edge says, I just did a shaman. I already have several modded para 3, and I don't want to change anything on my paramilitary 2. So, listen, I've already cleared it with duty and with knife dope, but if you want to enter an existing build, you can. You absolutely can. So do your thing, man. You never know. The more, the better. Chris Chappell says, hey, I subscribe to your channel. Does that mean I'm a channel member? Sorry if that's a stupid question. Not a stupid question. So there is a difference between a subscriber and a channel member. Channel members get a few extra perks. Channel members, for a channel membership, you either have to get one by being gifted one, and we do get some gifted memberships. Generally speaking, that usually happens once or twice a live stream, depending upon who decides to gift memberships. Otherwise, memberships I think are like $2, maybe $3. If you want to join the channel membership, you just hit the join button below the video. You'll see a join button. I think it costs like $2 or $3 a month. I made it as cheap as I could. The benefits of that is that you get into the members only Discord. The members only Discord is a chat for people who are channel members or who have gifted memberships. They get a invite link, and you can join our members only Discord. Once you're in, you're in. Even if you stop your channel membership, you get emojis. You get priority when I go to answer comments. I get so busy, I can't answer everybody's comments all the time. I try to answer as many as I can on my regular videos, but if I see that you're a channel member, you automatically go to the top of my priority list. So yeah, members only Discord. You get access to my Steel Snobs comparison tool, which compares different knife steels. And then, of course, the Discord. And emojis. So if you see any cookie emojis in the chat, that's another benefit. You get the custom emojis. So thank you for subscribing. And yeah, consider becoming a channel member. Oh my goodness, JD for EDC with 5 gifted. You're so kind, man. Thank you. And Pocket Razors coming in with the gifted membership. Chef Rocky with 10 gifted memberships. And Blue Minotti Ninja, thank you for being a channel member for 7 months. He says, be up, brothers and sisters of the blade. God, man, like I just started catching up with the chat, and all of a sudden I just see gifted membership. Like, you guys are so generous. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. And welcome into Pocket Razors as well. Good to see you, man. Rob's Nerdy says, did you see my titanium shaman with the polished tie CME, Lynch clip, and Rips Garage Tech's tie scales on a Blade Ops exclusive LMAX blade? I did not, but that sounds really, really good. The RGT tie scales, those are the ones with like the diamond texture, right? Those look fantastic, by the way. Looks really good. Question for you. One thing I didn't notice, did you do a backspacer? I know the shaman comes with a backspacer by default, but it's such a short backspacer. And an LMAX. Yeah, no, that's great. Absolutely great. All right, I'm trying to find out where I was in the chat. Jay Korskin says, "This is Farta."
This is Sparta!
Why not? Why not? Oh man, so like you guys know that I have this thing where I love doing sound effects. I like having background music. I like it. It creates a kind of a podcast type feel. Well, I mentioned that in my last live stream, and somebody commented today on that. They must have watched a replay, and they're like, "I am new to this channel, and I agree 100%. The music is fine, but I hate the sound effects. I can't watch this." I'm like, see ya. I learned something early on, and here's the interesting thing. So today marks the 2-year anniversary of this channel. So first of all, thank you guys, and a round of applause to you. A round of applause to each and every one of you. Some of you have been here for the entire journey, some of you for most of it, some of you for part of it, some of you are new. But each and every one of you guys is the reason why I still do this, why I commit sometimes 20, 25 hours a week to this channel. You keep me going. So it's the 2-year mark for this. And I guess the point that I'm trying to make is that I learned early on that when you read comments like that, you have to understand that your content is not going to be for everybody. Your live streams are not going to be for everybody. You're not going to make everybody happy. And why some people decide to stick around long enough just to leave an annoying comment like, "This isn't for me," like, okay, that's okay. So to any channel out there, no matter whether you make knife content or no matter what you do, gaming content, whatever, when you read comments like that, thank them for their time and wish them on their way. If you can only make one person happy today, make sure that person is the one that you see in the mirror, because you're the one that matters when you make the content. So I saw that comment and I thought it was funny, and I thought I would share it because I'm like, go figure. A lesson I learned early on, right here on the 2-year anniversary. Thought it was kind of apropos. Barry Lilly says, "Rolly be like, my channel, my rules. Get the fuck out." I'm not going to appeal to everybody. I'm purely not going to appeal to everybody. And I wouldn't want to. I want to appeal to the people that enjoy the content. And if people find my voice annoying or the sound effects annoying or the background music annoying, it is what it is. I'm going to make content that I enjoy making. And I'm not going to change that for anybody. Not for sponsors, not for some random person who says they don't like my lighting, or they don't like the way that I talk about stuff, or they don't like my sound effects. That's fine. That's fine. The best part about YouTube is that there's a billion channels out there. And if you don't like mine, you can change the channel. Easy as that. You can also leave comments. Comments help the algorithm. All right. Arrow Velocity says, "Nice seeing Spyderco builds until you see a lynch clip like you could have done better." Hey, you know what? Lynch clips are not my absolute favorite, but they're also not my least favorite. I'll give you an example. They make some clips that are great for replacing stock clips that are not great. Like, for example, while it wouldn't be my top choice, Lynch Northwest does make a clip replacement for the Demco 80-20.5, and that is a upgrade from the Demco's original stock clip, without a shadow of a doubt. They also make wire clip replacements. I hate wire clips. And so it's nice that you can go to a place like Lynch Northwest and get a wire clip replacement, because while I wouldn't call a Lynch Northwest clip top of the line, at least in my opinion, I still like it better than a wire clip. right. I'm just the dad says, I need some Metten Boss in my life. Hold on. So these are the only Metten Boss skills that I have. This was my entrance into the last EDC modification challenge. Metten Boss makes some of the most premium modified scales, period. It's so freaking good. This is the blue alien frag. And he also does really great pocket clips and backspacers too. Love this knife. I may not have won the modding competition, but I got this out of it, and I can tell you that that makes the entire thing worth it. It is so freaking good. Like, it completely changes how I feel about the Manix 2. I love carrying this knife, especially after it's been modded. I do need to replace the ball cage. That was one thing that I did not do that I should have done. Love me some Metten Boss. Jim Miller says, wire clips rule. Jim, next you're going to tell me that raisins also taste good. Don't do this, Jim. I'm just kidding. If you like wire clips, that's totally a preference thing. Speaking of raisins, and I don't know where I'm going with that, what did you carry today? For those of you who follow me on Instagram, you may have seen my reel on this guy. This was what I carried today. This is my TRM Shadow in the Merlot Micarta. 20 CV blade, stupidly slicey, amazing fit and finish. Like, I'm always impressed with the fit and finish of TRM. Three Rivers Manufacturing does such a damn good job. Everything from the contouring on the handle scales, the little tiny details, like the little spiral pattern that goes up the edge of the spine of the blade. You know, their pocket clips are not like super overdone. You know, they're bent titanium pocket clips, but they do put a lot of work into them. And I gotta say, this is if you want to carry a knife specifically for cutting tasks, the TRM Shadow is such a good knife for that. It's so good. It's not the most fidgety knife that I have, but it's extremely comfortable. The lockup is solid, and it's so slicey. The edge retention on here, because of how thin it is behind that edge, like, just look at how wide that edge bevel is. Like, that's a factory edge bevel. And the stonewash ensures that you're never going to have to worry about any usage marks on here. Like, it comes pre-warned, like factory stressed jeans. It's the only knife that I carried today. And it reminded me why I love this knife so much. So good. TRM Shadow, this is what I carried. I'm going to head on over to the members only Discord, and we're going to see what everybody else carried. All right, we're going to head on over to the pocket check. Here we go. Ed B's got that is a Kubi titanium Titius. I have one, love it. And is that a Civivi Drifter? The Drift, or is that the Appellation? I always get the two mixed up. I think they have similar blade shapes with the clip point. Oreo Dave coming in hot with the Winter Blade Co. Factor Batch 3. Damn. So good. So good with the Damascus blade. Here we go. That is that's the Brian Brown what's it? Which one is that? Which one is that? I'm dropping the ball on that one, fellas. I'm sorry. Nemec's coming in hot with it's the Wii Malice, not the Mini Malice. The Mini Malice is a button lock. That is a flamed titanium Wii Malice. Love it. Shout out to Craig Vincent, and I don't know if he's actually in the live stream right now, this man carries all the knives. All the knives. Look at all of these knives. And he would probably tell you that all of these fit in his pockets and on his belt. All of the knives. What's in your pocket? Everything. I am not going to try to I'm not going to try to identify everything. But I do want to mention that he has not one but 2 Cold Steel Mayhems, and I am jealous for that reason. I don't even have one. I need to change that. I need to get myself a Cold Steel Mayhem. All right, we've got Days coming in with the modified Spyderco Manix 2. 2 modified Spyderco Manix 2s. Or is that just the scales from one put on? It's throwing me off that the ball cage on this second scale set is intact, but there is no blade. That is tripping me out. I'm really interested in the black scales though. I don't think I've seen those before. Who does those scales? Who does them? Oreo Dave with the bestech reticulin. Nice. I haven't seen that one before. Joseph S. got the Kaiser bag lighter, the Kaiser sheepdog in rich light, and this last one is the Cavex. Excuse me, it's not rich light, it's Raffir. Jeremy Nidro with the Flightanium Arcade. Very nice. Jim Miller, thank you. Jim with more shots of that beautiful scenery. Yeah. Love the scenery. Love it. He's got the Kaiser Kobold. He's got the... I have one of these. I love it. It is, of course... Why am I blanking on it? This is the problem with when you check out so many knives. You get the names mixed up. It's this guy. I have it. Right here. It's the Kaiser Banish. It took me a second. Stupidly good action for a button lock. If you are someone that likes to carry a button lock for light cutting duties, but also because you're deplorable like me and you like to fidget with your knives all the freaking time, the Kaiser Banish is so good for that. So good. Some of the smoothest button lock deployment that I've felt all year long. Some of the snappiest front flipper action. And it's not even that expensive. I think these are like 45 bucks, 50 bucks. I need to do a best of budget knives so far this year video. And when I do, this is going to be in it because this is great. 154 cm, really good feeling micarta, a really nice button lock action. Front flipper action is amazing. I love it. I absolutely love it. Thanks for sharing, Jim. Appreciate the beautiful scenery. And he also is sharing the Spyderco smock. He says, this was a gift from a knife brother. I'm in shock. What? That's cool, man. That's cool. Do something kind for someone. Don't tell anyone. I used to think that DS KFS meant do something nice for someone. Nice with a K. That's really cool, man. Congrats on the smock. That's awesome. And look at the backspacer on that. That's crazy, man. So cool. Very cool. Everyone with the Factor loves showing off the ting. The Knight's Edge with the Factor. Kevin Smith's got the Berg Blades Mini Sweeney. That's the Mini Sweeney, right? Yeah. Hey, welcome into Mangana Steel to the members only Discord. Barbarian Brawny I knew he would make a reappearance. If you didn't know, Barbarian Brawny has some of the cleanest photography shots that I've seen. Some of the cleanest. He's got the Vosti Talarurus there. And look at all of his gear. It's all matching. That's someone that knows how to set up a good shot for photography. Shout out to you, Brawny. Really well set up shots. Sharif is showing off his carry of the day. This is his prototype of his new knife, which make sure you're following Sharif because more information on this bad boy is going to be coming out soon. And I promise you, this is not one that you want to miss out on. Great photo, Sharif. Thanks for sharing in the members only Discord. And now I'm going to catch up with the rest of the chat. All right. I'm Just a Dad says Banish. Yep. It is the Kaiser Banish. Hold on. There it is. Yeah. It took me a second. It took me a second to remember what it was. I have it. But by the end of the day, my brain is fried. And that's a fact. Jim Miller says, read the damn title, Rollshambo. Read the damn title. Kaiser Kobold 2. I said Kobold. Kaiser Banish, CDC Salvation. Yes, I know I could have just cheated and read the title. But it bothers me when I know what a knife is and it's on the tip of my tongue and it eludes me. I could have just read the title. I know. Kevin Smith says it's the full size Sweeney. Okay. Very cool. Hey, shout out to Lone Star Towboy. Welcome in, man. Good to see you. Palmer says, Sharif, tell the people what that knife will be called. Do it. Absolutely. All right. JD for EDC says, definitely curious what you think of today's pocket dump. Excuse me. Well, let's see. JD, you're not in the members only Discord yet. I think you're talking about Instagram. Yeah. Oh yeah. On Instagram. Hold on. All right. And we're going to pull up JD for EDC. Ooh, beautiful. I love those applied weapons tech scales on that Spyderco Para 3 with the S90V. That's the Para 3 that I want. The one that I have is S45N, which is good. But S90V is definitely the steel I'd want on a Para 3. I think more than just about any other steel. I think that it fits that knife specifically well. It is so well done. And then of course a benchmade bug out, which that is a bug out, right? I'm not just tripping. I don't see the benchmade logo on the blade though. So now I'm starting to question it. That is a bug out, right? A bug out with the applied weapons tech scales. All right. Yeah, that looks great, man. That looks so good. I also like this carry too. The Vosteed Hedgehog with the CJRB Echo, the premium Echo. That's a hell of a carry. Delaney's coming in hot with that Pyrotech Kraken with the lightning anno on the handle scales. Very cool. I still haven't checked out a Kraken. I need to change that. I'm checking out the watch. That's the Seiko Orange Samurai Sin, and then he's got a Sin City leather wallet and the Flying Shark Worry Stone. Nice, man. Mark P's got the Trevisa SGR 05. I'm not really familiar with Trevisa. I know that they make some cool looking knives. I haven't tried any of them yet though. I'm sure they're good. the quality of knives these days has really improved from what it used to be. It used to be that knives were not unilaterally well made. Now the distance between knife manufacturers is getting closer and closer and closer every single year. And that's great to see, because a lot of these companies compete by lowering their prices, which we need, especially since we have companies like Benchmade who are continually raising their prices. Thanks, Benchmade. Appreciate it. JD for EDC says, it is a bug out, Blade HQ exclusive 20 CV variant that I acid etched and stonewashed. That's why I didn't see the logo on. I was like, you did not just troll me with a clone. It looks good with the applied weapons tech scales, though. I do like it. Barbarian Brawny says, Sharif teasing us with some unreleased knife shots. Yeah, he's all about that tease, man. He's been sharing pictures for a minute, and I can't wait to try it out. The handle scales look contoured and super comfy in the hands. So hopefully we get a chance to check it out firsthand. I know that I would love that. I'm excited to see what it's like in the hand. Lone Star says, sun has come up and the cats have moved into attack formation waiting to be fed. Come to find out, Lone Star uses the chat for his personal diary. Do as you will. I won't stop it. I'm here for it. Hey, shout out to LCB Blades Edge. He says, I've been carrying the Kaiser Swayback and M390 today. Nice, man. Nice. Palmer Connolly says, after tough consideration, I think the sound effects are not for me. It is what it is. The sound effects are here to stay. I'll say this. I am trying to be more conservative with them. I enjoy them, but I will try to be more conservative with them. All right. Sharif says, Rollshambo will be getting a first look at the knife right after Blade Show. You can't threaten me with a good time, Sharif. Let's go. Let's go. I definitely want to check it out. Quick Slash Gibbs says, S90V is so loaded with sticky carbides. It power saws really well, even when it's visually dulled and in the infinite working edge. Yeah, S90V is one of the greatest steels ever made. It's one of the greatest. I won't ever say that one knife steel is ever the greatest, because different steels are better for different scenarios, different situations, so on and so forth. But it is definitely at least one of my top 3 steels, period. Chef Rocky says, I don't think you need to be conservative with them. I think you just need more options. I have a lot of options.
Certified badass.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
I have options. The issue that I have is that usually, like, I'm doing a couple things at once on the stream. And so, like, I'll go to hit a button that I think I know where it is, and I'll hit the completely wrong button. Absolutely will. I've got a whole library of sound effects, and they are underutilized at best. So maybe it's time that we update some sound effects. So I'll make you this promise. I will have I'll have a few of the same, but I will have new sound effects by Wednesday. Give me till Wednesday. I'll have some new stuff. We'll keep it entertaining. How about that? Jim Miller says, Sharif, I'll be looking for you. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of that scene from Taken when Liam Neeson says, I have a very specific set of skills. I will find you. Sharif, Jim's gonna find you. He'll be looking for you. LCV says it's decent. I just feel the steel may not be at the same level I think it should be HRC wise. So it's really interesting that you say that. So S90V is really good between the levels, at least Rockwell hardness wise. You want S90V somewhere between 59 and 61. That is perfect for S90V. Can you go higher than that? Sure. I think that it can be heat treated upwards of 62 to 63, but it's really difficult to get the best out of all the properties past 61. 61 is good because you still get a really high level of edge retention while retaining a little bit of toughness and not running into the issue of what's called, if you retain too much austenite, that's what it's called when you pull the heat treat out. Like when you go for the higher Rockwell hardness with S90V, the steel retains more austenite and it loses some of its corrosion resistance. And S90V, being a martensitic stainless steel, it has a decent amount of corrosion resistance. It's a stainless steel, but it's not like MagnaCut or 14C or M390 levels of corrosion resistance. So I would much rather take a little bit of a hit and still have amazing edge retention, but as good of corrosion resistance as I could have. So that is personally my preference with S90V specifically. Between 59 and 61 for S90V is totally fine. Totally fine. JD says, Rollshambo YouTube Premium removes sound effects. Just kidding. No, they don't. They go through my soundboard. Delaney says, great, now I have to watch Taken. You know, I'll say this, and this is probably an unpopular opinion. Taken is not that great of a movie. It's an action movie, but like there's never like there's never a point in the movie where Liam Neeson struggles with anything. He's like, I have a specific set of skills. I'll find you. He finds them. The end of the movie. I mean, are the fight scenes cool? Yes. Did he inspire John Wick? Maybe. It's possible. Sharif says S90V can go up to 63 and be good, but it drops toughness. 61 is the sweet spot. I mean, I don't want it to lose its corrosion resistance. That's my concern with taking the Rockwell higher is that I don't want it to lose any of its corrosion resistance. Jim says S90V is the steel of the gods. I agree. Miranda says S90V at 61 with a thin hollow. Yeah. You know what? Knife steel properties are one thing. Nothing trumps great edge geometry and great blade geometry. You give me a nice deep hollow grind, S90V, like a 17 degree edge, 17 or even 15, slice for days. JD says John Wick is way better and way better done in my opinion. Oh yeah, it's not even close. The level of production on John Wick is way better than it was on Take, but we're talking about a difference of like what? 10 years, 12 years between those two movies? It should be better. Craig says, Bo, I'm tooling up for when you start your chef knife reviews. So I don't know how to do chef knife reviews. I don't know how to talk about chef knives. I have tried. They are not good. I love chef knives, but it would be like, I'd be over here like, this is me cutting a tomato with this chef's knife. Like, I don't know what to do, man. We'll work on it. The Knight's Edge says S90V at 61 HRC with a thin hollow on a sheep's foot blade makes my jorts tight like a tiger. We learn new things about you every day, Neil. For me, my favorite blade shape has got to be an aggressive Wharncliffe. And when I say aggressive, I mean it's got to be stabby. It's got to have a tip which can, like, I guess you could say a tactical Wharncliffe. You know, a knife that Michael Janich would approve of. I like it because it has supreme cutting power. It has piercing power. It's the easiest to sharpen by hand because it's a straight edge. And I think they just look cool. That's my favorite blade shape, is probably a tactical Wharncliffe. Think Spyderco Yojimbo 2 style. Bluetooth Blade says one thing always comes from another thing. That's true. There's no true there's no originality anymore. It's almost impossible. Everything is inspired by something. I would agree with that. Lone Star says, "Give me a thin grind." That's what she said. All right, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and kill the music. We are, in fact, getting towards the end of the Saturday live stream. It's been a long day. I've got a lot of work ahead of me. And if you are interested in checking out the work that I'm doing, or maybe you just want to see what the EDC Mod Mayhem is all about, this is the website that we will be hosting the modification competition. Whether you're a content creator, you can join. Whether you are a member of the community, you can join. You don't have to be a channel member to join. Anybody that wants to can join in this competition. It's going to be happening July 15th. So you have between now and July 15th to go to this website and submit your entry. That's all you got to do is go to the website, click on compete, hit the enter button, submit the name of your build, submit pictures for your build with the timestamp, and then we will choose winners, or rather the winners will be voted on. So I'm really excited about that. I will pop that link in the chat one more time for anybody who may have missed it early on. Guys, that is going to do it for us tonight. For everyone who gifted memberships, thank you so much. For everyone who received the gifted memberships, congratulations. Check out the members only Discord, links in the YouTube community. The next live stream will be going down Wednesday at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's Wednesday, 8 p.m. Mountain, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, and 7 p.m. Pacific. I think that's all I got. For some of you guys, I'll see you soon. For everyone else, I'll see you later.